when it comes to being truthful about things that we're struggling with, concerns that we have about the relationship, one of the things that often happens is that one partner has the list of concerns and the other partner doesn't have any. So when it comes to, this is wrong, we got to fix this, why aren't we doing this? It's one person who bears all of those conversations and the other person keeps their mouth shut. So what happened in Amy's and my relationship, that was stereotypically more Amy than me. So when things weren't right between us, or things are wrong with our finances or wrong with our parenting, that Amy would kind of have a list of concerns of, here's stuff we got to deal with. Now, I looked at that list. Now, I had concerns too. I got things that I'm worried about, things that are hurting me, things that I'm discouraged about. But there's already 15 things out on the table. And it kind of feels like those 15 things are already we're already buckling under the weight of her list. So the last thing in the world I'm going to do is throw another 10 things on that list. Because then we're really doomed if we can't even handle these. My thinking was upside down and backwards on that. And it actually, Amy and I go to marriage counseling from time to time. You're like, what? You guys go to marriage counseling? What are you doing? Why are we listening to this guy? Amy and I get stuck on stuff. We get into patterns and we get into scripts that we don't break out of. And so what we do when we get stuck is we go get help from an outside person that can look at our stuckness and help us unstick. So if that makes me unqualified to talk about this stuff, I'm sorry. I'd like to think it makes me a little more qualified that when we get stuck, we get help, but whatever. So here's what our counselor shared with us. What was happening as Amy was sharing all of her concerns and trying to communicate those, as I was fearful about sharing mine, it communicated to Amy that I didn't care. That I didn't care about what was going on in the marriage. I didn't care about our relationship. I didn't care about the finances or whatever, because I wasn't ever bringing up concerns. And so I tried to explain this to the counselor. I'm like, look, Mark, you don't understand. If I bring up my stuff and we're already buckling under the list, the whole thing's going to collapse. He's like, no, trust me. You have to be an equal partner in this. Both of you have valid concerns. Both of you have to respect the other person enough to share the burdens on your heart. If you're ever going to become one, right? You both have to be open. I'm like, okay, I'll try. So I started to bumble and stumble toward doing this. And lo and behold, rather than the straws breaking the camel's back, even though our list of problems was growing, do you understand? Amy's experience in that was not me adding more weight or fuel to the fire. Her experience was that I was now shouldering weight. She sensed that I had a burden and I was concerned. And so she now observed me as shouldering weight for the marriage, shouldering weight for the family, which then caused what about her weight? Lessened her weight. Who knew that by adding more problems to the problems list, it would make problems feel better?